ultimate disagreement is that black women are vulgar, and we come across as like not wanting to have any unity with the black man. We don't want to submit or give a black man any authority in our lives, and we're fighting and challenging the black man constantly. And I don't think that that's necessarily you know what the real issue is when we come across as being vulgar. In my personal opinion, I've had people tell me that I come across as unapproachable just simply by the way
Hold
that
on,
I
hold on,
look.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you play a song?
We are gonna go
What movie is that?
higher.
Can you
We
play
are gonna grow stronger. We are gonna go higher. We'll be
This is
higher.
exactly what I'm saying. Talking about unapproachable. What you're basically trying to say is, well, it's a misunderstanding.
I agree. Yes.
No, it's not a misunderstanding. Please explain how it's a misunderstanding when you say, I'm going to whoop your ass as a woman to a man. What's the misunderstanding?
I feel like not necessarily verbally saying that, but I feel like a lot of men just feel that if a woman looks a certain way, or I've had men smile beautiful, and I feel offended when a man tells me to smile because like sometimes I might be in
Hold on,
pain or
man. Hold on,
something.
man. Okay. Okay. I'll have a conversation with you, but you're going to answer. If a woman says something, you've heard a woman say something like that. I'm going to whoop your ass.
Yes.
Okay, what does it mean when she says that? She's not really saying she doesn't mean that.
She means it probably.
Okay, then what's the misunderstanding?
At that point, there is no misunderstanding. I'm just defending my own perspective when I've been told that I'm unapproachable because I come off that way. And sometimes it's just me just having that real face. And I think that
Hold on,
maybe
hold on.
sometimes it's not that
Okay,
women
you want to
don't.
make this whole conversation about that.
We can.
We can't do that. You can justify everything you do.
I can.
Yeah, but guess what? It ain't about you. That's the point you made, since though that's how y'all want to do it. It's all about you. If somebody told you to smile, you were what, offended?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like, why is it such a demand for women to, well, especially for black women to just always look a certain way? Like, why can't we just naturally be whatever we feel?
You got so speak. I want to get this clear. Someone just says, "Hey, smile," and it's offensive to you.
I mean, for the most part, it just comes across as like demanding. And I'm not saying that I
Demanding.
feel, yes. Like, what if I
This
feel like smile? Let's do a deep thought. What if I'm listening to something that's
this is what we
serious and it's not
this
something
is
I
where
want to
we're at.
smile
This is
about?
where we're at. This is where we're at. We have civilized the world and done such a good job in countries where women, in this case black women, are being asked to smile. It's offensive.
It doesn't come off as a question of asking or requesting. It's almost a demand. Smile, beautiful. It's like, can I just relax?
Can you relax? And what's your relaxed face look like? Resting bitch face?
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's just relax.
How about if no one said a damn thing? What if every man just left the fuck alone? Excuse me, what if every man just left you? If nobody, what if no black man said anything to you? Just ignore it. Would that be
I
better?
don't know. No, I'd be really sad.
Oh, so you don't want to engage us the way we like to be engaged. Makes a whole lot of
So
sense.
men want you to. Did he slap me?
Yes, I slapped you. You want another one? Because
I
only
love you, Kevin.
black women are the only group of women I've ever heard offended when someone says smile. You know, I heard a black woman who's a femininity influencer who was talking to black women who said they want to be more feminine, who said they want to be. And this black woman on her Facebook page asked her black followers, hey, just smile at the black man. You see, they tore a woman apart for months. Think about how low of a bar you're talking about. That man didn't ask you to go have sex with him, do any sexual favor, give him some money. He just said smile, and you find it offensive?
Kevin, I smile when I
ridiculous
feel
that
like
sounds.
smiling. I smile when I feel
That's what I
like
said. Then men should
I'm
just
in a
leave you
joyous
alone.
mood.
Then men should
Well, I
just
have a man, and I smile at him regularly.
But that's not the point. We're not talking about you. I said just to avoid you and leave you alone. Because that's what they're asking, which is not offensive. Asking you to smile is nothing to be offended by. What you're telling black men is because you're going to ask me something inoffensive, but I can take offense. I gotta let you know, you guys are the masters at being offended by the inoffensive. So black men, leave women like her alone. If you see her, don't say shit to her. Let her and her man rock. The rest of y'all leave her alone. Don't say shit to her, don't say hi, don't say bye. Let her be. You don't want to offend her. You don't want to offend her. You don't want to offend her. You don't want to get in her space. Let her be. There she is. Does that work for you?
I mean, you're not wrong, Kevin. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong. You're not always wrong. You're wrong about something, but you're not wrong for that. And maybe I guess if black women did.
When it comes to getting the right food and supplements your body needs, don't guess, test. Your body often sends you signals when
It's not always, oh well, it makes
Curiosity is wonderful. So let them tell you stuff.
So let's talk about your mother, okay? Then we'll talk about how you're Mr. Wonderful. I've tried to get my wife to call me Mr. Wonderful. I'm not having much luck. Do you really literally mean that if you are in business, you have to be willing to fire your mom?
You know, it's true, you do. Because in the end, when you create a business, you start, many entrepreneurs in the startup understand this concept. Your allegiance has to be your business first. Without that, all the good things that you want to do are going to fail. And so, as your business grows, you make decisions about individual people. Let your emotions get in the way of what you really need to do in the success of the business. So, the minute you get your first customer, you now become number 2. The minute you get your first investor, now you're number 3. The minute you hire your second employer, you're number 4. It's still your business, but now you know it. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that you're always serving someone. Shareholder, customer, business. And if you lose sight of that, by letting your emotions get in the way, and this often happens, certainly happened to me in early days. Many people are their friends. They start a company with their brother.
Good way to end a friendship.
Or it's a family business. And very often, nepotism is what kills the golden goose. Because very often the better manager is not your sister, brother, uncle, cousin, whatever. And I live through this all the time in the companies that I'm an investor in. I have 32 portfolio companies. I watch this happen every day. And I don't let emotion get in the way of the true pursuit of what matters, the success of the business.
Your mother, or not to get away from the idea of firing your mother, but just because it sort of is a conversational thread that I can pick up on, you've had to fire people.
Yeah.
How do you do it? I'm sure people here, it is the thing they probably dread doing the most.
Yes. And
how do you do it fairly without inflicting undue harm?
the key to ending a relationship is to explain to the person that you're doing it to why it's happening. Because they won't learn anything from it unless you do that. And in my companies, particularly ones where I have a control position, I do that myself. It's the hardest thing to do. I have two comments about it. I see this happen with weak management. The moment you realize that person isn't right for the job is the time to take them out of it. Because it's not fair to them. It's not about you. It's not fair to them and the people they're working with and the team that they're part of. The biggest challenge, and I generally find this at the $10 million sales role, many people have to change $25 million in sales. It's the natural Darwinian forces of business. And if you don't have the balls to make those cuts, and you can't deal with it, you're the wrong leader.
In other words, the skills that it takes to go from 0 to 10 million are very different from the skills it takes to go from 10 million to 25.
After years of investing in companies that go through it's extremely difficult. It takes you have to be able to, work with people. The key is you don't want bad karma in business. When I terminate somebody, I make sure they get a fantastic package. I make sure they get counseling. I make sure that we do everything we can to find them another job, just not with us, because they're the wrong person.
Take me back to someone you've fired that comes to mind. How did you know they weren't the right person for the job? What was the telltale? Or what are some of the telltales that you have seen over the years that tell you this person isn't right for go?
That's a good question, and I'll answer it with an analogy of fact. I carry 2 phones with me. This small one is owned by my family. Very, very close. And it rings always with my kids or my family or my brother. This phone, this larger one, probably 10,000 people have this number. I'm a believer that if you are an entrepreneur or a major shareholder in a company, every single customer should know if they have a problem they can call. I say this concept of access. In other words, many managers think, well, if I give my number out to my employee, and the truth is, you want to hear from them. You want to hear the bad news first. What I found is the more people I give access, I tell them simply, I want you to have this access because I respect you, and I want you to know that you can come to me. And in that trust, I find that most people never use it. This thing does not ring as much. But when it rings, it's a big deal. And the reason I know it's time to terminate somebody in my companies is when my customers and my shareholders call me 3 times a year. It's always the same. When customers complain about the CEO or the head of sales or the head of R&D or employees are not happy. And I keep getting that phone call. I get on the plane and I get because there's something and how you try and fix it, the market is talking to you. You have to make that decision. It never gets easy, but
and you do it personally.
I do it.
You do it face-to-face.
In the companies I have